they should be up there. That is down there. So how can they actually get the money? I was confused those days. So I asked my mom or my grandmother. They just say, don't ask. So basically, that's the thing.
Okay. So did you continue staying in Buddhism, or did you change?
No, like after I don't find the burning things logical, according to me, I stopped burning because number one, it doesn't sound logic. Number two is a waste of money, and number three is what do you call this? Is pollution. Okay, and number four, because from what I learned as a monk, as a Buddhist, we don't actually do this. So for me, it's like, okay, those days I don't know what's bidah, kurafat. So for me, it's just like, okay, I'll just leave it. Then somewhere in 2007, my friend brought me to the church. So for me, yeah, it's kind of like a fun experience. So for me, in an Islamic perspective, I would just say, Allah Ta'ala puts me here as a monk, puts me here as a Christians, right? So for me to be able to relate, to compare, why? Is because when I was in the church, you know, I had like the pastor have tough time with me because I asked him like tons of questions where I just don't get it. Like you say, Jesus Christ, okay, definitely not Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, die because of my sin. But I say, I haven't sinned yet. I haven't sinned yet. That's number one. He doesn't know me, right? So why would he want to die for my sin? Like, who is he? I don't even know. Those days. But no offense for whoever Christians that are listening. These are just my confusions back then. So for me, it's like, I asked the pastor, so if let's say he died for my sin, okay, for salvation purposes, does it mean for the future sins that I'm about to create, that I'll be forgiven as well? Then that pastor is like, so long as you believe. So for me, it's like, hey, no, you know, it's like whatever that you say is kind of contradicts according to the Bible. Like if, let's say, in not a Christian perspective, if let's say we look at the Bible, does Jesus being crucified willingly on the cross? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves as a Christian. Because why? If let's say Jesus died willingly on the cross, okay, why would he say, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani? My God, why have you forsaken me? Which means the person that is being crucified, hanging on the cross, is suffering. And from Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, it simply means like, my God, why have you forsaken me? Meaning he wants to get down. He doesn't want to get crucified. You get what I mean? Yeah. So for me, it's full of confusion. Right? Then so I think I didn't stay in the church for long. I think it's like 3 to 6 months. I think like, that's it. Then I just like Assalamu alaikum. Of course, I didn't say Assalamu alaikum back then, but for me, it's just like, I don't think this is right for me. But one thing that Christianity teach me, that I learned from Christianity, which is about creator, whereby the existence of God. Because in Buddhism, we don't learn about gods, right? We don't learn about creation or creator, stuff like that, you know. But in Christianity, actually, we learn about gods. But for me, it's like, if let's say, back to the one that I just quoted, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, if let's say Jesus has a God, why not? I pray directly to the God. But who's the God? I didn't know, right? So after I quit from Christianity, I quit from the church, for almost 12 years, I remained as agnostic, meaning I believe there's a God, but I just don't know who's the God. That is why every time, like before I eat, you know, before I go on, you know, riding a motorbike on a highway, on a long journey, I'll say like, God, this is a raining season. Please don't make it rain. And wallahi, it doesn't rain a single drop. throughout my journey, I still remember it was a raining season. I was on my bike all the way to Singapore, from KL to Singapore, Singapore back to KL. There is not a